Hey guys, just real quick, this is that show that Ray Evernham does on the race cars with history and stuff like that. I hope I don't get in trouble for putting this on a video, but anyway, let me turn this around for a second. Some of what I'm getting ready to tell you here has to do with that show. And I watched this to see if this one that he did that I'm getting ready to talk about, so I can watch it again, so I can hear the information that was on it again pertaining to the Alco locomotives. The other thing I wanted to say is it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do the Florida trip. My youngest daughter is graduating, and they've got so many high schools that use the same auditorium for their graduations that they literally had to do it in either 2 days or 2 weekends or something like that. They moved her date up a week, and it's the week that we were going to make the trip. So there's always next year, I guess. And we're going to be doing some traveling this summer. Sandra and I talked, so maybe I can hook up with some of you guys on some of these trips we plan on taking. So let me get back to this, and this is going to be a train layout video and a train video. We'll be out in the garage with Ryan tomorrow, and I'll make some video of that. So let me turn this around and do this. All right, thanks. Oh, okay. These are some of the old Alco. Well, first of all, my mom and dad gave me a box of these magazines that I had totally forgotten about and put away and forgot about. Sandra brought them out, asked me what you want. I started going through them, and man, there's a lot of information in here, and really cool. And I've got a whole box of them, so that was cool. The program that Evernham did, Vanderbilt of the train history, his son really wasn't into trains, he was into cars, and he got with another guy that worked for his dad, and they started that man started the Alco, American Locomotive Company. And like I said, I may not have all this right. That's why I'm hoping that program would come back on. They'd run it again so I could. But anyway, what I was wanting to say is, and there's a lot of history to these old Alco locomotives. They are responsible for the first race that ever took place in the United States. They built a race car and won some races overseas, Europe, and formed and organized the first race here that took place in New Jersey. And like I say, this engineer wound up starting this company here. Alco ran, I was surprised to learn, into the mid-70s. And they were, I guess at that time, they were being built in Canada, which is kind of odd. American Locomotive Company, and they're building them in Canada. But anyway, the other thing, Sandra asked me, and she said that maybe somebody like it explained to them. You see this number at the top, and they refer to these old steamers as call them by these numbers. She got confused on the road numbers that are usually up in this area here. That's an individual number. That is the number for that locomotive. When they refer to like this being a 462, what they're referring to, if you look at the trucks and the wheels, this would be 4 on this truck in front, 4, 6 drive wheels, and then 4 in the back. And that's how they get that number. And then the smaller ones here, like 440, would be the same thing. It'd be 4 in front, 4 drive wheels, none in the back, would be 440. The bigger the locomotive, you get into the 4 digits. So that one there would be a 4664. So it would literally have 12 drive wheels total, and that'd be a pretty big engine right there. But anyway, she said there might be somebody out there that would want that information. I didn't know. I had to find out. So, but these magazines are great. You know, these colored pictures for people that are into model railroading and stuff. That was really a cool find, and appreciate that. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this video, sometimes they watch them, so appreciate that. And I'm going to go in there on the layout and give you guys an update on that. And then, like I said, we'll be out in the garage tomorrow. See you. Hey, YouTube people. Just want to do a quick update on the layout. It's been a little while, and been some changes. I'm going to start down here with the drag strip. Everything's a mess because everything's pretty much gotten changed. This side of the track over here, the entrance will probably be over here. This will probably be the pit area over here. This side will be spectator, and I'm thinking about turning this building into the timing tower. I made these strips here. I'm thinking of I don't know if I'm getting this on camera or not, but I'm thinking about having that in the background for the pit area, and you know, doing some bleachers over on the spectator side here, and there'll be a chain link fence that runs in between the track and the drag strip. I was going to put that there, and it's up too high. You can't see the trains. It's blocking there, and as you can see, the buildings are blocking a lot on this side. And I may take some of those buildings out, but I think the chain link fence with the right camouflage with scenery and stuff like that will work. Move the buildings over here in this corner and try to give it a little more depth. Gonna have some roads coming through there and stuff like that. I did finally get the other controller hooked up, and I'm gonna cut this off and bring you guys back in a second. I'll show you what was going on, and we'll talk about that. Be right back. Okay, so this is what came with the DCC. This right there, and this is what I have hooked to this now. But anyway, this actually says it was made for a laptop. What was going on? This thing would get hot, and as soon as it got hot, the trains would quit. It would turn off. And part of this may be my fault. I know this got dropped a couple times, but I was reading in the books, Digitrax manuals, and I think this was a 5, and they suggested an 8 amp. Anyway, the one that I've got is probably overkill. I realize that. The next step up from this had a fan in it. Probably would have been enough, but I also had a short in this, I found, so that's what was up with that, and why I went to the other one. All this rolling stock needs work. I'm having issues with the couplers on the good rolling stock that I have. Sandra's working on the Johnny Cash cars over here. She's going to pull those with her train for the time being until she gets the train that she wants. And that's pretty much a quick update. I can show you a couple of things that I picked up, if I can do this with one hand. This is a AccuRail, and I've been working on this. bottom of it's down there. I've got the trucks on it and that, but this is picked that up from a hobby shop that was going out of business. Really cool car. This is kind of what I'm doing back here. There's going to be a road coming through here, an intersection and that. This will probably work out a lot better than the way I had it. These I bought off of eBay, and I think I got a heck of a deal on them. Are the container cars. The detail and stuff on the sides of them and that are really cool. I did notice these are the let me get it in the light and see if I can see again. 48 footers, and I think the 52 or 53 are more typical. So I might have some trouble finding the containers for these. If I do, I'll just make them or modify the ones I can get. But I thought that was pretty cool finding those, and that's about it. The mountain area is a complete disaster because that's going to change up a little bit too, I think. You don't see many of the train tracks going underneath water, so live and learn. Another problem I was having was the drops. I've got people telling me that I should have drops every 3 feet, if not every single rail. I've got the main hookup over here, and I did run 3 more over here. That'll be hid better than that, but it's looking like I may need a few more. You know, that may be causing issues too. But anyway, that's an update for now, and see you on the next one. Ryan did get that motor back together. He worked on it pretty much all day today. Didn't take any video of it. I'll try to get some tomorrow. He'll probably be running it and testing it and stuff, so we'll be out there. See you on the next one, guys. Thanks.